Oh man, not again. The camera is too high. Again. Never mind. Ooh. We will rock you. Then, next thing, stop being a dopamine junkie. What's a dopamine junkie? You have to have everything right now, and you have to have this feeling of gratification of, it feels so good this instance. I mean about the TV, the PlayStation, everything. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's not producing anything, it's not productive, it's just stealing the time from you, and you're simply doing it because you want to do it, it's because you have an addiction. Probably you have an addiction. Next thing is you should think about creating extra income streams. Okay? Because probably your current paycheck is not enough. You will see the next time when we are going to do something on the whiteboard that you should take care of your income, your active income, in a sense that you should be paid amount as you are worth to the company. Maybe you are paid below, so that's something to negotiate. Also, you have to have additional active income streams. You shouldn't be reliable on only one income stream. It's a too great risk for you, for everybody. You need to learn how to budget. So your expenses cannot be higher than your income. It cannot be. If you're living like that, okay, you're in the right position and you're in the right place to learn something, but I believe it's logical, it's normal that you shouldn't be living with a negative bank balance, with a minus in your bank account. So I already said you shouldn't trade your time for money. You should put money to work, make the money get more money for you, and with that money you can buy extra time. What will you do with extra time? You will do new things. You will start a company, you will invest in something, you will start, affiliate marketing, etc. You will generate new income streams. It's a new circle, but it's not vicious like a hamster wheel in the pit. It's a new circle that just simply creates new streams, new money, and it grows over time. Then you should learn new skills. And when I say new skills, don't be arrogant like I am or I was, or most of the people. I have a master's degree, I have a PhD, I have this, I have that, I don't need to learn, I have learned everything, I know the best. Okay, I hate so much when people are introducing me to someone and saying, here is a PhD, he's a professor, he's a this, he's that. I don't know, should I bow in front of him? Should I kiss his feet? Is he more worthy than me because he has a PhD? I don't have a PhD. Okay, my question for that person is, why do you have a PhD? Do you have a 9-to-5 job? Do you run a company? How many employees you have? Can I look at the financial and credit score of your company? Where are your investments going? Etc. This is the things I want to know, not your PhD. The PhD that you have, the PhD is good only for two things. One, to prove to yourself and to your grandma that you can get a PhD. That's one thing. So it's something completely personal. And the second thing, if you want to have a job in a university or be working like a scientist or devote your life to a science, then it makes sense. It completely makes sense. Then don't be lazy, as I said, don't be arrogant. And probably you are smart enough to listen to what I have to say and to understand this information. That's why I'm not using too complicated words. I'm try to refrain myself from those because I want you to understand. Then what you need to do is cut out the people who are pulling you down. What does this mean? In translation, you should change your environment. If your environment where you in this hamster wheel is always the same, pulling you back, you don't progress. Maybe it's time to change your environment, even maybe your friends. Then, please, you have to have your goals written on a piece of paper, digital, real paper, doesn't matter, you have to have it on paper. Okay, so you need to daily work on those specific goals, okay, and track the progress each day to know if you're moving in the right direction. Then you have to get rid of false beliefs. What are those? So the examples are that you always think that somebody or something or some company owes you something. Okay? They have to pay you more because you think you are worth more. You are not satisfied because someone else is getting a higher paycheck than you. Don't bother yourself with those things. Okay? Businesses are businesses. You are nothing to the business except the value you bring, and you are an expense, as I said, in an Excel sheet. Okay? You can get to a certain amount with your paycheck, but above that, you have to do something else. It's nothing personal, it's nothing against you, but it's simple like business working. That's business. So if you want to earn more, then you have to jump from the mindset of a worker to the mindset of a producer, of an entrepreneur, okay? Because if you're an entrepreneur, there are no more limitations on how much money you can earn. But, there is a big but. When you get from a worker position to an entrepreneur, you open a company, then you start to play in a different league. You're starting to play with the big boys, okay? And you should know that the big boys are not playing always by the rules, they're not maybe playing fair, it's highly competitive. You will get, I don't know, tackled down, somebody will send IRS the next day to knock on your door. They will try to destroy you, to move your sales, move your customers, and you have to be tough. That's why you need to train a lot. Okay? When you're sleeping, you have to sleep, but you have to sleep 7-8 hours. You don't have to sleep 10 hours. Because when you're sleeping, someone else is grinding, hustling, and moving forward. Don't be mad at those people. It's their decision to sleep 5 hours or something like that, or sleep 6 hours and you sleep 9 hours. It's completely your fault that you are not working those extra 3 hours, and they have an advantage. They're using it against you, sorry. Okay, it's a competition. So stop blaming everybody and everyone else because of the situations you are in. You cannot change the weather, you cannot change, I don't know, the government, etc. You cannot, but you can prepare, because the people who are not prepared, when it's raining, they get wet. But the people who are preparing themselves, they bring an umbrella with them saying, okay, it might rain. They see the weather forecast and say, okay, it might rain, I will take it just to be sure. Then, if it's possible, never get a job, never work for a paycheck. Paychecks are drugs, basically. And it's okay to work a certain amount of your working time, working life for a paycheck. But if you want to get out of the hamster wheel, get out of the pit, unfortunately, you will have to figure something else. Maybe you have to work something else additionally, or you have to get from this worker mindset and position into something else, into being entrepreneur, have your own company, etc. Because if you have a paycheck, don't be bothered how much you are worth. Believe me, you are worth exactly how much you are paid. Because if you are worth more, then you would obviously have a bigger paycheck. How to test this? You go to the market, you with yourself, with your skills, and you present yourself to the market, and you will see pretty much very quickly how much actually you're worth. Maybe you're worth 20% more, but also you can find out that the current company is paying you 50% more than you're worth already. So it's a double-edged sword. You have to be careful. Okay? You cannot control or change the world or other people. Stop doing that. It doesn't make any sense. You have to work on yourself and change yourself. You're simply losing time, and that's the most valuable asset you have. Only thing that you can control is the amount of time and how hard you work. Nothing more. And you should focus on that. So that's the discipline, and discipline once more. You have to change the mindset from I cannot do it, I'm not good enough, into I will try and I will fail. I will fail, but I will learn. And the next time I will not fail. So that's the right mindset. Next thing, and this is a very, very big thing, you should always take responsibility for your actions, no matter the outcome. Because today no one wants to deal with the responsibilities. You have to be responsible. But today people are just moving away because they don't want to be the ones to blame, and they are pushing this responsibility from them. The people who are outside of the pit are the people who take the responsibility, say, okay, I have made a mistake, okay, I have done this right. So they take the credit, but also they take the punishment. You have to become reliable also. So the other people, they know that they can rely on you. It's a big thing. So if you make a promise, you make a promise to yourself. Your word is everything. You make a promise to yourself and to others. And stick to it, no matter what. If someone says, when will you be done with this task? If you say Monday, then you have made a contract, a commitment. Stick to it, no matter what. If you have, I don't know, underestimated the time, then work whole day, all night to do this on time. And next time when I ask you when you will be done, then give yourself a more, let's say, this buffer, time buffer, just to be sure that you will make it on time in a regular time frame during, let's say, working hours. Okay? The only way to grow is to make actions. Once you have the goals, the vision where you want to go, and you have set of these actions, and believe me, each action have to be uncomfortable for you. Why? Because it's the only way to grow. If you are doing everything the same, the only things that you know, that are easy for you, that are familiar to you, then you will remain in the same position all the time. So you have to learn something new, put yourself into position like I am now now I'm in the position where I'm pushing myself into doing this podcast for you, and it's not, let's say, completely normal for me. It's uncomfortable, but I'm doing it anyways. Okay, I already said you should invest. You should take care of your time. You should feed your brain. You shouldn't swap time for money. The money is a tool. You don't collect it. You don't save it. It's not meant to be saved. It's rubbish, basically. Do you know, I don't know, probably you know, but many of the people don't know that they are printing money. And one of the episodes will be regarding what money is, what is the history of the money. And you will see and very quickly learn that today's money, it's fiat money. It's not pegged to anything. It's not related to anything. It's not related, it's not pegged to gold. It's worth because someone says we all agreed that it's worth something. And do you know how stupid it is? You work really hard during the week, during the month, to get your paycheck, to get this piece of papers that someone can just simply turn on the printer and print the hell out of, and just make it out of thin air. And you work for that shit. So that doesn't make sense. So when you get this money, you should invest it all immediately, all of it. Put something to preserve the value. So that's why the rich people, they are always thinking about where to invest, how to save, and how to save the value of this money. So the money has some value, but it diminishes over time. How to preserve today's value and how to convert it in something. Do you know why the rich people are buying Ferraris, they're buying Rolexes? There are a lot of different types of luxury cars, luxury watches, and so on. But they are specifically buying, let's say, Rolexes and Ferraris. Why? Because they are not buying stupid shit. Okay, they are buying, but they are not buying stupid shit. They are just parking their money somewhere just to not lose value, because probably the Ferrari that they will buy, it will increase in value over time. They will even, they will even be more rich. They will earn additional money by selling this Ferrari in 20 years. Or they're having a Rolex on their hand because there is always a market to sell the Rolex. So it's basically preservation of value. It's a store of value. It's conversion from money to something that will not only remain and keep the value, it will probably even increase the value over time. So you should learn how to manage your money, how to do basic accounting, what is cash flow, how to budget yourself, how to live within your means so the expenses are not above your income. So you also need to know that you will not be wealthy if you work for other people your whole working life. You can do this a certain amount of time, but you should be starting working for yourself, not for dreams and goals of other people. So every day you are making different kinds of decisions. You have thousands of decisions in a day. And for each decision, and I beg you from now on, you should revise each of your decisions and make a question to yourself asking, does this decision make me closer to the edge of the pit? If not, I will not do it. If I remain the same height in the pit, I will not do it. If it pulls me back, then certainly I will not do it. If you're taking money and spending money just to impress other people that are financially below you, that's not a good way of living. Rich people do not buy stupid shit to impress anyone. They don't care if they impress anyone or not. Then the next thing is that the losers, the ones who remain in the pit and they don't want to escape the pit, they're always focused on the winners. They're always saying, look at that, look at him, he's doing this, he's doing that, he's stupid. They're always focusing on them because they are jealous, envy, as such things. You know on what winners are focused? They are only focused on winning. They don't care about the losers. So this misperception of the losers, that they think that the winners think about them. Then you have to know the patience that I said, this is all a race. But it's not any kind of race. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. You have to be patient. You have to push it every day towards the same goal. Your income, you should focus first on your income, on your active income. So where you trade your time for money, you should focus first on that. Then from the excessive amount of money that you have to invest it in something that will produce you another streams of, if it's possible, passive income. So you should buy assets, create assets, and preserve your wealth, or even grow your wealth. You have to have the discipline. You have to motivate yourself. Even though if you don't want to do something someday, you have to motivate yourself. Then, as I said, you have to develop good habits instead of the bad habits. Now, I will teach you how to change from a bad habit to a good habit. It's not easy. It takes time, some amount of the time, but it's possible. Okay, and of course, if you want to live above average life, obviously you have to be above average person and do extraordinary things, all the things that the 95% of people are not doing. And please get rid of these stupid resolutions that you have. From tomorrow, I will start this. From New Year, I will start. So the New Year resolution, I will stop drinking, I will go to the gym. Then you go once or twice to the gym if you go at the first place. And after that, it's back to the old thing and you're not committed. And it's bullshit. You know why it's bullshit? Because if you have the discipline and motivation, the real attitude and the mindset, you will start now. It's 15th of, let's say, October. What does it matter which day it is? Start now. Why not? So you should learn new things, taxes, accounting, investment. Then you have to learn how to sell. The sell is the biggest skill, the greatest skill you have to learn. Most of my programmers and people who I manage would say, oh, I'm not a salesman, I don't need to know how to sell. That's very wrong, because we are all salesmen. When you are going to apply for a new job, you are selling yourself. When you're trying to get a raise, you're selling yourself, your skills, your whys. Why do you think you need a pay raise? So you're selling every day. And it depends on how your skills, salesman skills are. It depends what the outcome will be. You need to know how to negotiate. You need to know how to make friends and how to influence people. You need to know how to get from the people what you want, but make them think that's the thing that they want actually. So the thing, it's called inception, that you put an idea into your idea into their mind subconsciously, and they provide you what you want, thinking that is the thing that they want actually. And it's a complicated thing, but it works. Okay, so you need to know how to persuade someone to do something. Because at the end of the day, you cannot print money. You are not the Federal Bank Reserve or something like that. You cannot print. The only way you can get more money is to take it from somewhere by force. Obviously, no, you will not do that. Or persuade them to give you their money somehow. Sell them something. That's the only way to do it. And everything revolves around that. Then, of course, you have to take care of your body, of your physique, of your how do you look, how do you eat, sleep, train, what do you eat, when, your personal hygiene, your health, how do you regulate your emotions. For each decision, you have an outcome. Is it a good, is it a bad? For both outcomes, you should make a reflection, saying, okay, what did I do good because it was a good outcome, or what did I do bad because it was a bad outcome? You should reflect on both, and you should learn from your experience. So you should learn new skills and start monetizing your new skills today. For example, I'm new in affiliate marketing and I'm doing it almost every day. Why not? It's a new potential income stream. And I will show you down the way what is my progress. So as the closing remarks, this is why we started all of these mindset matrix things in the first place, because you need to have a good base in your mind for the new information that's gonna come in the new episode. About the budget, so we are going to write on the whiteboard how to budget yourself, what are the investments, you will put some numbers and we'll try to learn something. And then, but I want to avoid the questions, why are you telling me these things? Go through all of these episodes before and you will get an answer, why do you need to learn this? So you should listen to everyone, but you should question everything. You should do your own research, and everything on this channel shouldn't be taken as an advice. It's my reflection, it's my opinion, and you can do with this information as you wish, but don't tell me I took your information and applied it and it didn't work. So you do your own research and question everything. I'm not giving any kind of financial information and financial advices on something or something like that. It's not something I do. So to escape the matrix, you should become great, you should be successful, you should grow, you should move towards your goal. And at the end, I just want to make one statement. Do you know the phrase "to the moon"? I believe that you have heard it somewhere, because everyone says, oh, we're going to go to the moon, the Bitcoin is going to go to the moon, and so on. What does it mean? It means that you are going to become great, you are going to grow, you're going to be successful, and so on. And now, do you know where this phrase originates from? It originates from going to the moon. So you have an astronaut, you have a rocket, you have people who went to the moon. I'm not talking about this conspiracy theory now. Let's say we're going to the moon. And now we are going to check. Do you know this phrase? I believe that you have met it somewhere. So we choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things not because they are easy, but because they are hard. So, guys, I believe that you know this speech, you know who made this speech, and basically the biggest thing that you need to learn is, if you want to become successful, if you want to grow, if you want to learn, then this is something that expects from you to get your hands dirty, and it will be hard. It's not easy to get out of this pit, it's hard. But that's why we are here, to learn and to be each day a little bit better and a little bit closer to the edge of this pit. So, guys, share, like, subscribe, and next time we will do the budgeting and we will see who knows how to manage their own budgets. Do you know what you're buying or not and where your money goes? Stay tuned. Good vibes, be vibes. Bye bye. And guys, if you want to learn more about certain topics that we are covering in this podcast, like how to do affiliate marketing, how to do trading, crypto, forex, finance, general finance, and you want to learn more about how to escape the ordinary, how to escape this matrix pit and know the information that I am personally learning, then you have a possibility to enroll and to find out more in this game changer application. So the application is also available through the link that is available on my personal page. So you have a link here in the descriptions that you can go and check by yourself.